people, what's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome to another episode of the Flex's View, man. 100% is where I get in my bag. This is where I get in my thoughts. If I've been traveling on a train, I've been driving in a car, letting all the noise just quieten down and just get into my bag of what I feel and how I feel it. And I want to share that with you guys. Today's Flex's View is more... It's about Ten Hag, a Ten Hag future update. And there's been a lot of reports today, obviously the situation with Gareth Southgate, etc., etc. But I want to talk about it more from my perspective of where I'm at with it. And on top of that, I want it to be looking at these reports. So if we just go with the report of what Rob Dawson is saying. Rob Dawson said earlier that despite Man United's thrilling win against Liverpool, Erik Ten Hag remains under pressure. Victor over Jurgen Klopp's side at Old Trafford Sunday give him a statement win, but the question of whether he's still the right man for the job won't go away. And he's basically saying that his job's still in the air. And, you know, there's been a lot of reports saying that Ten Hag still hasn't had the assurances or reassurances from Ineos that, you know, his job is 100% safe. Ten Hag's been fully involved in the planning for both the next transfer window and the organisation of the summer tour in the United States. But according to sources, he hasn't been given any formal guarantee that he will continue as Man United manager. United have been approached by representatives of a number of managers with the idea of pitching their client away for any vacancy, etc., etc. And it just got me, not this only got me thinking, but the Liverpool game did get me thinking. And the trouble with that is sometimes you operate off of a knee-jerk reaction. Do you know what I mean? A knee-jerk reaction. And I just kind of thought, well, Eric's been saying, like, when we get our players back, like, we will improve. And that did happen against Liverpool. Like, the players who came back in, obviously, just by having Rasmus back, we improved by the balance of the team. And, you know, Rashford and Garnacho getting to do what they do best, being out on the wings. Wan-Bissaka coming back, just having another fit fullback was massive. You know, Mason Mount is coming back, managed to come off the bench and was, you know, part of the last stages of that game. Leach has gone to international duty with Argentina, so he should be back. Fingers crossed, everything should be fine for the Brentford game. And it's like, it shows that the players are fighting. It shows that he could be onto something. Now, listen, some of you could be saying, look, one game doesn't change it. Let's just wait and see, etc., etc. But I think it did just show Ineos that actually this guy has got legs. You know what I mean? This guy in Erik Ten Hag, this manager, the players are still working for him. Now, this is where the interesting bit comes in, because the reports are saying that what Erik Ten Hag signed up to under the conditions in which he signed is completely different to what maybe Ineos and Sir Dave Brailsford has in mind. Sir Dave Brailsford, you know, the reason why they're looking at the likes of a Graham Potter or someone like that, you know, they wanted him at Nice, is because those guys are used to reporting to a head of sporting director, etc., which would probably be Dan Ashworth at this stage. And Ten Hag, when he came to Man United, came with stipulations of a lot of control that he wanted to have, a lot of influence, whether it's from academy upwards, the stuff in the first team, the types of players we go to, veto on these players, veto on that players, etc., etc. He's got a lot of power. And realistically, I do think for Eric, it's basically an adapt or die situation. Like, he needs to be willing to let these guys come in, be on a new page, and if he's going to stay, he's going to have to accept certain responsibilities are going to get revoked from him. Now, that's not a diss. That's not a disrespect. That's just a situation whereby, you know, you're looking at Ten Hag and as Ineos and looking at the way Man United's been run, and they want to run it differently. Now, Ten Hag needs to fall into that. Now, I actually believe he can. He can. And I actually believe that he wouldn't want to, as the term goes, you know, cut his nose off to spite his face. It's like, I don't think he would dig his heels in to say, well, I'm not going to power over this. I'm just going to walk. I don't see him leaving like that. But the stuff about Gareth Southgate / Graham Potter, it just won't go away. You know, you're hearing a lot of rumours that he could replace him. But me personally, I ain't going to lie, guys. I was on the fence. I think I changed my mind back again. And you call me a flip-flop, this, that, and the other. And that was the reason why I didn't go to a place of like, oh, I'm done with Ten Hag. Because, like I said, there's a big part of me that was like, I want to see him in a new structure. I want to see him with all the players back. I want to see him in a new structure. I want to see what it's like with Ineos's, you know, their influence on things, and their sort of, you know, ideas with Eric still at the helm. And if he can fit into that and is willing to fit into that and go in a different direction and everybody close together, why can't they achieve something special? That's actually how I feel. And look, I know football was a crazy game. All jokes aside, look, the coming back in the Liverpool game and stuff like that, and I've been celebrating all week and laughing at people and trolling and just being a fan. Just like it was just really refreshing. And it's true, you know, we might not even win the FA Cup, but it's important to enjoy those moments. But because there's always other moments around the corner, and look, that could well happen if the rest of the season pans out and Man United finish 6th. Don't recover the 6-point gap / 9-point gap to Villa and Spurs respectively, and don't get get Europa League, you know, go out on a whimper in the FA Cup. You know, imagine if we lost to Coventry. You know, there are things that could happen that would immediately change this thought process. But I do think that on the side of positivity, there's 10 games to go. There's a semi-final at Wembley, a favourable semi-final that I don't care about jinxing. Man United should be winning when it's all said and done. You have to respect the opposition, but if Coventry beat Man United, I know there's the magic of the FA Cup, but you'd have to severely question what's going on. And you got to kind of be positive. You got to be positive. So I'm going to be positive for the rest of the season, but I just feel that these rumours that aren't going away, and I've just kind of flipped between. I thought Ineos would definitely make a change. I thought that over the last few weeks. And then that Liverpool game just made me look at things a bit differently. And again, just made me think, well, if we do finish strongly, if we do finish on the front foot, if we do finish positively, why can't we? Why does Ten Hag have to leave? Why do we have to start again? There's reasons for and there's reasons against. There really, really is. But one thing I do know, that I can see is that the players are still fighting for him. And if we can get a tune out of these players, if Eric Ten Hag can get a tune out of these players until the end of the season, and we can actually finish positively. So, yeah, I've changed my mind, guys. That's my flexibility. I've changed my mind on that. I'm like, nah, I think Ineos are going to change him, and I can see why. I don't think it'll be a big mistake. But then that's why the other 50% was fully like, nah, there's a part of me that's like, I really want him to stay and make it and stuff like that. But I'm off the fence. You lot always ask for it. I am off the fence. So, yes. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know what you guys are thinking, man. Do you think this Gareth Southgate thing is just, you know, rumours, international break hype? Or is there something in it? Let me know in the comments below. Take care. See you in the next episode.